Greetings, this is M. Let's talk about the basic tactics of knife defense. The first thing you should know is that if you do have to stand your ground and defend against a knife-wielding attacker, you are most likely going to get cut. Prepare yourself for it mentally and develop a mindset of never giving up. Many cuts and stab wounds are not immediately life-threatening. However, these are the areas of your body that you must protect. If stabbed in the heart, for example, you probably have 10 seconds or less before you collapse and die. If these arteries on either side of your neck are cut, blood can literally spray out like fountain. You are gone in just seconds. Any stabs in the upper chest cavity from the front, back, or sides are likely to reach your most vital organs. See the distance the knife reaches from these angles. Stabs from these angles would be a certain and quick death because of the proximity to the heart and major arteries. Another lethal area to be stabbed is in the groin area because this is where the femoral artery branches from. You can see why your first option is to run away and put as much distance and as many objects between you and the attacker as possible, but keep in mind that the attacker might have a running start or might be faster than you. You have to be aware and be prepared to turn around and fight. Keep in mind that while running, you can attempt to make quick direction changes or fake out your attacker-pursuer. You must practice these things in training to build not only a better understanding of the physics of the chase, but also to build your physical fitness such as speed and agility. Notice that the defender here is moving to the left too soon, allowing the attacker to track her. Now see how she times her fake-out move so it takes the attacker a longer time to change direction. Here's a nice fake. And finally, the opportunity presents itself to grab the knife arm. Remember, you are first controlling the distance between yourself and the attacker. As the attacker comes in, you have many weapons. Some people might choose to fight with their hands by throwing punches. However, this is not a very safe option because of your lack of reach. Keep your distance. Another option is a low or mid-level kick such as a front thrust. The leg provides a longer reach than the arm. It's possible to reach the attacker with a swift kick before he or she can reach you. But now look at how much more reach a stick gives you. If you learn to use a stick, just about any stick-like object becomes an improvised weapon. Here's one example of how you can stop an attacker in their tracks with a solid and accurate thrust. Keep in mind that stepping to the side while counter-attacking is safer. This defender has trained to deliver with power to the lower leg, shattering the attacker's shin or knee. If struck with power, the patella will actually detach from the attacker's knee joint. A strike to the side of the neck is a knockout blow. However, only strike the back of the neck in a deadly force situation such as a knife attack. A powerful blow to the back of the neck will sever the C-spine, result in instant death. A powerful thrust to the base of the sternum will also cause near-instant death. Avoid this area unless you are being attacked with a deadly weapon and you intend to kill your attacker. Other very devastating targets for thrusting are the throat, the face, and of course, the groin area. You must train to deliver the stick with power and accuracy. Learning our stick fighting drills are the way to getting there. Here's a swinging counter-attack that gives you more reach. You can deliver it while stepping to the side and off the line of attack. Again, you can deliver two-handed like this, which better enables you to follow up with more strikes. Every strike is accurately and powerfully delivered to a part of the body that will end the attack quickly. And the beauty of the stick is that you can control the power. If you continue to train with us, you will learn how to counterattack in a split second from any position and from all the potential ways you may be holding the stick. Here's just a couple examples. You'll learn to move in any direction. These would be 45-degree angled knockout strikes to the side of the neck under the ear, known as the brachial plexus origin. Again, notice the student is practicing moving both backward and forward. Now he practices combining multiple strikes. And he practices with a partner who suddenly moves forward without warning. Defend and counterattack. Take note of the target areas that the stick is being directed to: side of the neck, knee, shin, or groin hip area. Here the defender starts holding the stick under his arm like an umbrella. These are just a few of many techniques and strikes you can learn. You can also learn to use a stick very effectively against multiple attackers. The goal for you, our students, is to become fluid and adaptable like water or wind, so that no matter what situation you find yourself in, you can survive. Again, counterattacks that involve stepping to the side off the line of attack are usually better, although sometimes you have no choice but to step straight back. Let's talk about movement for empty-handed defense. Imagine a V-shape extending in front of you and behind you from where you're standing. Practice stepping along that V, turning your body like this as you do so. Practice stepping straight to the sides like this. Then add a body turn to it. Get used to putting your hands out because you will be using them. When you go backward along the V, practice swinging your body like a door, and practice going straight back. And of course practice taking shuffle steps forward and back. Then practice your 180 and 90-degree turns. All of these footwork movements actually come from the stick fighting drills, so you are practicing them when you do your stick fighting fitness and form building routine. Here's a couple of things you want to avoid. Don't try a fancy parry the knife attacker's arm. Unless you've practiced it every day for 65 years, you probably won't be able to do it under the speed and stress of a real attack without the knife slipping away and returning for a potentially lethal slash or stab. Also, avoid techniques that add unnecessary motions like this one, which is commonly taught. This is very dangerous, especially if the attacker is pulling the knife back very quickly. This motion is far more natural. Everything we preach is simple and natural body movement. If you poke a very young child in the belly, they will most likely throw their hands down in this fashion. Control the distance if possible, and if the attacker lunges in and you must step back, throw your hands down in line with the attacker's arm and grab tightly, prepared to go with the arm when the attacker jerks it back. The arm will be thrusting in with power. Notice how the defender throws his hips back in case he can't fully stop the thrust, and if you can, it's better to move to the side of the line of attack. This also enables you to deliver some devastating counterattacks such as a face smash or a brachial strike, driving the attacker to the ground with powerful force and literally smashing the back of attacker's head to the hard ground. For extra knockout force with the brachial strike to the side of the neck, use the bony part of the forearm instead of the fleshy part. Smash the attacker to the ground. We will teach you how to follow up later. Again, keep your arms in line with the attacker's arm if possible like this. Note, the hands can also be spread, with one hand landing higher and closer to the attacker's shoulder, and a step to the outside of the attacking arm is usually a better choice. This one is to the inside. But if it happens, that's okay. Look at what happens when the attacker tries to pull the arm back. A powerful judo-style throw to the ground. Controlling the arm with the knife is critical. Here's a few techniques with the attacker pulling in various directions. Don't worry, we will teach each of these in detail in future videos. This is just a preview to give you an idea of where we are headed. Perhaps this one looks familiar as we demonstrated it in another video. Here's a slightly more technical one performed with the knife being pulled straight back. See how the throw to the ground is the same as a diagonal strike with the stick. If the attacker tries to overpower you by pushing the knife, let the attacker go by. There are many counterattacks that can be used here, or just run. If the attacker grabs you and pulls you toward him or her, again grab the arm. Step to the side as you go with the pull. You'll twist them into a pretzel. Then counterattack from the side. If he or she is grabbing you tightly, you might not be able to push the attacker off. But look at the position this puts your attacker in. Their arm has very little strength in this position. Smash their face and drive them to the ground with all your force. Another common one in a knife thrusting situation is the attacker using a stiff arm to hold the defender back while thrusting. Again, you must grab the knife arm tightly. By the way, practicing the stick fighting drills builds up your hand grip strength and dexterity. This is important fitness for your hands so you can grab and hold on more effectively. In this technique, you'll learn to throw your shoulders to the outside and spin at the same time. The attacker's pushing force will cause them to lurch forward off balance. As you do this, you will lift their arm and if needed, you'll give them a knee bump or kick to the back of the heel. Once learned properly, you can quickly and easily drop a much larger attacker with this kind of circular motion that uses the attacker's own energy and momentum. Everything we teach you will take maximum advantage of the attacker's own weight, balance, and momentum, so don't worry if you're small. Strength can help, but these techniques are designed for you to perform them with very little strength required. So that's it for now. We will cover knife attacks coming from various directions in detail in later videos. This should give you a good overview of what's coming. Stay safe out there. Sincerely, M.